Every single seller you talk to will want full price. Step one, this isn't number one yet, but this is like, I'm pre-framing your brain. Every single seller you talk to wants full price. Even the most unsophisticated sellers can click in Zillow.com. They look at Zillow and they see my house is worth 100 grand. So guess what? I want 100 grand. Okay. Don't step into this deal thinking you're going to get leads from sellers that say, man, I know my house is worth 100 grand, but I'll take 25. It doesn't happen. Every single deal has to be negotiated. You create every deal. Okay. I never veered more than 3 to 4 sentences away from why are they selling. Okay. I never went 3 to 4 sentences away from why. So if somebody said, I'm selling this, but first of all, I had to ask, why are you selling the house? Well, because I'm getting a divorce. Okay. So once I know why they're selling, I should never be 3 to 4 sentences away from why you're selling. Hey, Joe, I wanted to call you back and give you an offer today. Okay. Now, I know this offer may not be what you were looking for, but the number one goal here is I'm trying to help you get through out of this divorce. This is the one piece you said that was causing you to lose sleep at night. My offer is going to get you there. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? Like, I never go more than 3 to 4 sentences away from their why. Okay. You've got to inflict that pain. You've got to remind them on why they need to sell this house, why they have to sell it. I set up the call from the beginning to force them to give me an answer. Okay. So when you're talking to a seller, again, these are in no particular order. In fact, they're out of order. Okay. I just rattled these off. So when you set up that call with that seller and you're getting ready to walk virtually through their house. Okay. So the way we do it now, guys, is we do everything over the phone. We don't actually go through people's houses anymore. Okay.
Okay. Going into the inside of the house, can you tell me the condition of the flooring? Any carpet, hardwood, vinyl, or a combination of all?
All the carpet. The carpet all throughout the property was replaced in the past, back in August. And so all the carpet was replaced,
nice.
And it had an additional vinyl upgrade. Yep. There's vinyl flooring in the kitchen and in the bathroom.
Nice. Okay. Very good. And any fresh paint?
Yep, it was freshly painted in August as well, right before I got it rented.
Very good. Can you confirm how many bedrooms and baths total? Sometimes the online is not.
It's 3-bed, 1 bath.
Okay. And can you tell me about the kitchen? Any upgraded countertops, cabinets?
No, the cabinets and the countertop are not updated.
Okay, no problem. And what about the bathrooms? Any updates there?
Nope.
Okay. Any basement leaks or anything like that? Any settling, warping floors, dampness in the basement? Anything I should know there?
I don't know. I'm not down there consistently, but I haven't had any complaints from the tenant that there was a lot of water coming in or any dampness.
Okay, good. And is there a breaker box or a fuse box?
Are you asking if there's a breaker or a fuse box?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not the knob and tube. It's updated wiring, so it's a breaker box.
Okay, gotcha. And my last question, do you know when the water heater, AC, and the furnace were last updated?
Yeah, the furnace was updated in, I want to say it was June of 2020.
June?
And then
okay.
The AC is just a window unit. And the water heater, I'm not entirely sure. I don't even remember what that unit has in terms of age.
Okay. Do you have several properties, or is this your only one?
Nope, I've got several.
Okay, nice. Are you looking to sell any of the others out of curiosity?
So we do it all over the phone. So what we do is we actually virtually walk through, okay, Mr. Seller, I'm walking in the front door. What do I see? Okay. And then they tell you. Before that conversation happens, I tell him, I tell the seller, listen, here's the deal. I want to learn as much as I can about your house. And at the end of this conversation, I'm going to give you an offer, more than likely, if I like the house. Okay. Chances are I'm going to give you an offer. How many of you guys have seen the show, the original in Las Vegas, the original show, Pawn Stars? I used to watch them all the time. Here's why. The first time I watched them, I realized it was negotiating gold. Because when I got into real estate, I had no negotiation experience. Okay. I paid full price for cars before I got into real estate. So if you think that, hey man, you're just a born salesperson, either you have it or you don't, you're wrong. Okay. You're wrong if you think that. I had no negotiating skills. In fact, every time I go to buy a car, I was so afraid that if I made a lower offer than sticker price, that the salesperson would be mad at me, laugh at me, yell at me, cuss at me, whatever. So I just didn't do it. I paid full price for cars. I realized when I got into real estate, I can't operate that way. It didn't take me very long to figure out the only way I'm going to be successful at real estate is buying houses at a discount. And what I found was most sellers, when I got them on the phone or met them in person back then, they wanted what the house was about, what it was worth. Okay. And I realized that was going to be tough. I had to buy at a discount. So for those of you guys that have watched Pawn Star, it's gold. Okay. The show taught me how to negotiate. In fact, I used a lot of one-liners in the very beginning, little things that I would pick up and tweak from the show and implement them into my own conversations with sellers. Now we're going to go over one of the most powerful ones you can do today. And I'm not joking. This isn't clever copywriting. I'm not joking when I tell you in one conversation, you can take a seller from unrealistic, arrogant attitude to putty in your hands. When somebody's getting ready to bring something into the shop, into their pawn shop in Las Vegas to sell, they always do this little interview either off to the side in the showroom or a lot of times in the parking lot, right?
Donates money to a Pitbull Foundation.
So you have Joe Montana's ring in your pocket too.
He touched it. No.
They usually ask them, what do they have to sell? Then they say, how much do you want to get for it? What's the third question they ask?
What's the lowest you'll take?
What's the minimum you'll take for that product?
The number you were looking for?
I'm asking $15,000 for it.
To me, it sounds high. Okay? Because a nerd like me, and obviously a nerd like you, know exactly what the trend is. 99% of the people in this world do not. And I'm thinking like $5,000.
Okay, you guys with me here? All right. So what do you have to sell? What do you want for it? What's the minimum you take? This is a rapport building technique. He's not transactional here. He doesn't say, give me the item and let me look at it and I'll give you a price. No. He's building rapport by saying, what do you got? Tell me about it. It gives the person a chance to brag. Okay. They feel good. So now they say, man, I got this thing. It's one of a kind. It's worth $1 million. I'm the only one on the planet that has one. One exists. I own it. Now that's not how every conversation goes, but I'm exaggerating. That's the basics. Everybody thinks what they have is the best of the best. And there's nobody else that has. Why doesn't Rick just say, hey, I'll give you X price for it? Why doesn't he just make him an offer? Because you don't throw out the price first, right? A good negotiator gets the other side to name their price. What if you were going to offer, $100,000 for it? And the guy says he only wants 50. Okay. He asks him, what do you want for it? Because he who names the first price loses.
How much you want for it?
I'd be thrilled with 50 or $100.
Can you wait around so I can get someone to look at it? I'm really, really interested.
Okay, I definitely have the time, so thanks.
I'm going to call the Rain Man of Coins.
Okay.
Now he calls in the expert. By the way, did all you guys realize, done right, selling right, selling the way I teach people to sell, all you guys realize you have an expert that you can call into? Every time you can call in an expert. Let's say that the seller, the person in the shop with the gold, let's just call it a gold coin that was one of a million. The expert comes in and says, there are about 50,000 of these made. Here's the one you're thinking of was a different mint of a different thing, and it had a flaw here and it made it more valuable. What happens when the seller, the person in the shop, gets that news? They always do the same thing. They pan the camera right to their face when they get the news that, hey, this isn't one of a kind. What happens? You can see it in their face. Their face goes from excited, like, give me the answer. Is this thing really worth everything I thought? Get the bad news. It's an important moment in that negotiation. Now, the once 10 minutes ago in the parking lot, getting ready to walk in, they were arrogant and unrealistic. I've got the only one that existed in the history of the world, and I own it. 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later in the shop, wrong. Did Rick deliver the bad news? No, the expert did. Did Rick still have rapport built?
Yes.
Yes. Do you see the genius behind asking the expert to come in? We turn the seller into their own enemy. You have to turn the seller against himself. Here's how it's done. Mr. Seller, when I walk into the front door, which room am I in? Oh, that front door walks right into the kitchen. Okay, cool. So I'm standing in the kitchen. Now, Mr. Seller, when I look at the kitchen cabinets, tell me about the kitchen cabinets. Oh, they're in real good shape. They're real good shape. Okay. So let me just ask you, are they brand new? No, but they're in real good shape. Okay, so but they're not brand new? No, I installed them about 20 years ago when I bought the house. Oh, okay. Do you see what just happened there? Did anybody catch that? Let's keep going. Mr. Seller, when I look down in the kitchen, what kind of flooring am I standing on? Oh, you're standing on tile flooring. Okay. Mr. Seller, can you tell me about that tile flooring? Well, the tile flooring, is in real good shape. It's tan colored. It's in real good shape. Okay, but Mr. Seller, is the tile flooring brand new? No, but it's in real good shape. Mr. Seller, I'm sorry. But here's the biggest issue. When I buy your house, even if something's in good condition, I'm dealing with the millennials. And the millennials won't do any work to a house. And they want everything to look like a magazine cover. For those of you that have seen the show out in the parking lot, what do you have? What do you want for it? What's the least you'll take? How often at the end of the show, when they go to sell the item, do they take less than their minimum out in the parking lot 15 minutes earlier they said they would take? How often does that happen?
90%.
It happens about 90% of the time, maybe 95. They always go lower. They always take less than their minimum. Is that by chance? No. Nope, that's by design, because a good negotiator can do that.